Tēnā koutou katoa, ko whetū ngā pukipuki o Sheffield Te Manga, ko te awa karangi te awa, ko 747 te waka, ko Ngāti Pākehā tōku iwi, no Lower Hutt oho, ko Eileen Roa, ko Steve o ku mātua, ko Chris tōku ingoa, nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Kia ora, welcome. I'm Chris Parkin and I originate from Sheffield, which is my mountain. My river is Te Awa Karangi, Lower Hutt, and I immigrated in a 747 jumbo jet when I was about 8. So I am British, but Lower Hutt is now my home. And welcome to NZDP, whatever course you're doing. I think I've got 3 or 4 papers this year, so just thought I'd start off with my mihi and see how that went. I'm sorry if I have mispronounced anything. Getting feedback on that's going to be fun via the internet, but anyway. So just thought I would give you a quick rundown of some of the things that we're going to be looking at this year in terms of having a look through Blackboard and what I need from you guys and what I can give you in return. And so obviously most of you have already studied with SIT before, and if I just pause this, I'm going to jump on and bring up the course itself. Okay, so this is where most of you will land. It should be a fairly familiar welcome page for you. Obviously the first thing you need to do is send me an email to let me know that you're on board and have everything up and running. Just a quick note with that, please do use your SIT email address to send those things from, and don't use the internal Blackboard mailing system. It doesn't always get to me, and it certainly isn't easy for me to reply to. That said, I will send out announcements, and they come out through the Blackboard system. There aren't any on there at the moment. By the time you get this video, it will be there because it'll come out as an announcement, but it'll also email. Just remember, you can't always hit reply to those. It depends on how the system's set up. Okay, so you've welcome pages here. There's a couple of things to have a look at. Obviously, have a read through everything. There are calendar links and assignment links, etc. up there. But when it comes to writing an essay, and I'm just pointing this out because people seem to miss it, there is information on APA referencing and the learning resources and what's required for that. So please do make sure you pay attention to that. Lots of people go, oh, it's an essay. I can just write it. You actually do need to reference things, and people do need to be aware that that information is there. So it's a nice, helpful place for you on that front page. Okay, so when you come into your course materials, which is what you'll mostly see, there will be, usually in week 1, in the study guide. Okay, so once you've found the study guide, there's 2 options. You can either click on it and view it online, or what I'd probably recommend doing, because it will save your bandwidth, is right-click on it, save link as, and you can see I've already downloaded it. But you can download it, save it onto your computer, and then you're good to go. You don't have to go back and pick it up each time, which can be quite a good saving, both in terms of time and internet access. If you've got an unlimited broadband, then don't worry about it, but otherwise it's probably a good idea to download them. You'll see there's some general descriptive stuff about getting started and how to submit assignments, etc. Please note that if you need an extension, you need to ask for it beforehand. If you don't, then we run into challenges that it needs to be passed through my manager, and you'll need some form of evidence for the fact that you've been sick or whatever. So yeah, just drop me an email. The time that items are due is Sunday evening, so I will try, and most weekends I will be checking my email, so if you need a hand with that, then try not to leave it till the weekend, but that's I will be answering questions there. Not all tutors do, and it is 2 working days, so just be aware of that. It depends on how busy I am and what else I'm up to, but I will try and get back to you over the weekend in case you are stuck. But yeah, if you do need an extension, then please send that email as soon as possible, preferably beforehand. Course outline is probably the quite an important thing to have a look at, and you'll see most of them, it'll tell you which week you're given the assignment, which week it's due, and how much it's worth. And you'll find that there's some assignments and there's some tasks. The tasks are, you still need to do them, and they'll help your learning, but they're not necessarily marked or not necessarily worth a percentage of your final grade. But there should be some interesting stuff in there. And obviously, each paper will be somewhat different. You do need to shoot all of your images for the paper. You can't go back and you can't go back in time before today. So saying that, please make sure that you've got your camera date time stamp set correctly, because otherwise that can cause some problems. Yeah, you can only edit in Camera Raw. The good news is all the functions in Camera Raw are almost all the same in Lightroom, and that's what I will use for my feedback, because most of my feedback is on video. I think that I've found from students before that they like the ability to share that work with other people, and you get the benefit of getting the feedback for your own work, but also then seeing what other people are up to, and particularly that it's an artistic based genre that we're working with. So I think that's pretty much it for this first week. Just a little bit about myself. I've been a photographer for just over 10 years now. Actually, crumbs, it's more than 10 years. Started taking photos when my daughter was first born, and I became house husband and seriously got into photography as a form of relaxation. She's now turns 13 this year, so time is sneaking up on me. And yeah, I trained secondary school teacher, but did a job swap with my wife when daughter was born, and have been working from home. So yeah, I'm Lower Hutt based, and if any of you Lower Hutt Wellington, sing out and say hi. I have my 40th birthday coming up this year, so I've actually got an exhibition coming up, and that kind of leads into what else I do. So I'm photographer, but I also do pottery. The photography became a job, so the pottery started as the relaxation, and I'm just getting into watercolors because I've been frustrated that I can't paint or draw, so I decided to pick that up. Okay, that's about enough about me. So if you can drop me an email and let me know a little bit about yourselves, that would be great. How did you get started in photography? What are you hoping to get out of the course, etc.? And look forward to hearing from you. Cheers.